And good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ontario Soccer Centre here in Vaughan, Ontario for the OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield, as we'll be seeing Markham Soccer Club going against North Toronto Soccer Club here as we get ready for the teams who enter the field. And we'll be pausing here for the national anthems and the starting lineups.
For the away team, dressed in white and black, the Markham Soccer Club. Our home team this morning, dressed in green and black, please welcome the North Toronto Soccer Club. Our starting lineups, beginning with Markham, wearing number 1, Tharmic Nimiralakanthan. Wearing number 3, Darson Wilson. Wearing number 6, Hazim Kadid. Wearing number 7, Keaton Keithiswaran. Wearing number 9, Cameron Holland. Wearing number 11, Ryan Wan. Wearing number 12, Quinton Ruben Andre. Wearing number 14, Deepak Rajeswaran. Wearing number 18, Gabriel Mikal. Wearing number 20, Gavin Standing. And wearing number 28, George Triantafilidis. Head coach, Andrew Cairns. Assistant coach, Rene Martin. Assistant coach, Ross Calderola. Assistant coach, Sina Azimi. And assistant, Tim Verstreiten. And now the lineup for the North Toronto Soccer Club. Wearing number 21, Ryan Tiltak. Wearing number 23, Diego Menendez. Wearing number 24, Carmine Luca Ravielli. Wearing number 25, Theo Ingram. Wearing number 26, Brandon Angrish. Wearing number 27, Evan Knight. Wearing number 28, Jai Sandhu. Wearing number 35, Thomas Murzaku. Wearing number 36, Cormac Nuttall Smith. Wearing number 38, Bennett Licht. Wearing number 39, Kyle Lawford. Assistant coach, Billy Wilson. Assistant coach, Justine Bernier. Assistant coach, Mark Monder. And the team head coach, Sam Gaval. And now, introducing our match officials who were appointed for today's OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield match. Our referee, Mr. Vasil Zik. Assistant referee, Daniel Jacob. Assistant referee, Tristan Forgy. And this morning's fourth official, Nivin Rezada. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome special guests with us today, members of the Miller family. Cindy Miller, Gary's wife. Gary's daughter, Stephanie Miller, and her fiance, Jeremy. Gary's daughter, Brianna Miller, and her partner, Josh. Johnny Misley, too? Yes. Also joining us this morning is Mr. Johnny Misley, Ontario Soccer Chief Executive Officer. Now right into this. Ladies and gentlemen, in May 2020, Ontario Soccer and its membership grieved the sudden passing of its Director of Soccer Operations, Mr. Gary Miller. As a friend, mentor, and coach to many generations of Ontario soccer participants, Gary was a pioneer for the modernization of soccer in Canada and staunch advocate for long-term player, coach, and match official development. Nowhere was Gary's influence more critical and impactful than as a member on Ontario Soccer's Technical Advisory Committee, which developed the standards for the Ontario Player Development League, launched in 2014. This program has come to be the pace setter and embodiment of a more refined, standards-based, high-performance development environment benefiting players, coaches, and match officials across Ontario. Therefore, it is with great excitement that Ontario Soccer today welcomes its community to participate in the inaugural edition of the renamed OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield in Gary's honor, an event designed to celebrate OPDL license holders for their achievements while contributing to charity organizations in Ontario. Here to help us to commemorate this inaugural edition of the Gary Miller Charity Shield is the Miller family. Cindy and family, thank you for being here with us as we kick off the 2021 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. At this time, I would like to ask Cindy Miller to take the official kickoff of the 2021 Gary Miller Charity Shield, administered by referee Vasil Zik. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to recognize this year's Under-14 Boys Division OPDL League Champions, North Toronto Soccer Club and Markham Soccer Club. I'd like to call upon the team captains from North Toronto and Markham to accept the OPDL League Champions plate and League Champions banners on behalf of the teams and clubs. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for your 2021 OPDL League Champions. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, would you please stand for the playing of our national anthem?
After that touching tribute towards Gary Miller and his family, we're ready to get underway here for this boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield final. As the teams get ready here for the captain's toss with the referee for today's match, that's Vasil Zeke. His assistant referees are Daniel Jacob and Tristan Forgy, and the fourth official is Niven Rizada. It'll be North Toronto dressed in the green and black, which looks like they'll be going from your left to your right on your screens at home. And it'll be Markham Soccer Club in the white and black going from your right to your left. These teams will be playing 4 quarters of 20 minutes, and if tied after the final whistle, we'll be going straight to kicks from the penalty spot with 5 shooters. Launched in 2014 with the 2001 age group, the Ontario Player Development League, the OPDL, is Ontario's first and Canada's foremost standards-based youth high-performance league that combines top-level competition with comprehensive high-performance training standards. This innovative and exciting youth high-performance program is an important standard-bearer of the adoption of the long-term player development principles across soccer at large in Ontario and Canada. The OPDL encompasses the under 13 to the under 17 age categories for both males and females, which are delivered by 30 committed license holders from Windsor in the west all the way to Ottawa in the east. We'll be seeing the battle of the champions from the west and the east battling it out here with North Toronto and Markham Soccer Club. Unfortunately, Sigma FC, who was supposed to be playing this match, informed Ontario Soccer that they will not be able to participate in the OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield due to public health restrictions in York Region. Markham Soccer Club, who finished as the Eastern Division League champions and semi-finalists against Sigma FC, will take their place against North Toronto Soccer Club. Ontario Soccer thanks all member organizations for their support and participation this season. As we continue to put the safety of our participants first in all decisions, we make an alignment with the government in Ontario and our local public health unit and municipal health regulations. It'll be North Toronto who picked up a huge 1-0 victory over Vaughan, which got them here towards this OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield final, going against this Markham Soccer Club team, which lost 2-1 in Sigma, but by virtue of being the champions in the semifinals, they get this finals matchup here as the two teams get ready to take the field, and it looks like it will be North Toronto with the opening kickoff. A couple players to watch on both sides. Keep an eye out for Kyle Lawford, 16 goals so far this season in the OPDL, ranked 3rd in the under-14 boys division. And Kadib with 15 goals himself picked up a key goal for his team in that semifinal. He'll look to try and see if he can maintain that as we are underway. Quick early block there from Markham as they finally get settled in on the near side by Wilson. He's going to pass it down to the near side for Juan, as Wilson tries to do an overlap, and good early pressure coming in from North Toronto, and they are able to force a turnover as Licht was trying to see if he can send it up towards his strikers up there, and they weren't able to find it, and then Markham will try to settle it down here as we have a frantic opening pace here, and just a reminder, 4 quarters of 20 minutes. Nice interception as they try to play it in towards Merzaku. Merzaku's back pass can't find him, but he gets the ball right back down towards his feet. It's a little bit of a scramble, but it is finally cleared away by the Markham defense. This North Toronto team, one of the highest scoring teams, but most importantly, the stingiest defense, just 2 goals against all season long for this North Toronto team. So Markham has got to be fighting to try and see if they can get this goal, as Ingram now comes with it. He's going to play this one down the line for Merzaku, and an early block there. Second opportunity will get cleared aside for a corner kick as the goalkeeper Nirmalakanthan gets a little bit of action here early. As North Toronto said, just 2 goals again, going against a Markham team who's only managed to get 1 clean sheet all season long. They know how to find the back of the net offensively, but their key is going to try and keep North Toronto out of that net, as the North Toronto squad will play this one short, and there's going to be a long shot there trying to aim for the top corner. Narrowly missed there from Ravielli as he looked to try and see if he can bend one in. Ball will be played short for Markham as they're trying to see if they can get the ball out of their own half. But once again, the forecheck provided from North Toronto is going to get a good shot. And that one looks like it took a deflection, says the referee. And it'll be yet another corner kick here for North Toronto. Their idea right now is just to put on the high press attack right now. Try and see if they can get one goal here early against this Markham team, as this time Markham will bring 2 players to cut off the short. This ball gets played in, knocked away originally by Markham. Shot coming in from distance. Won't find the goal as it catches the outside of the leg there from the midfielder. That's Angrish, and it'll go out for a goal kick. Check that was Sandu there with the shot. Right away, that high press attack comes in. They say right away when the pass comes, possible high foot there, but play continues as the Markham player put his head down towards that, as it is Kathy Swarin who's battling for it in the midfield there, but it'll be picked up by Licht. Licht try to play a back pass towards his defense, and that one's going to go over the touchline, and Markham finally will be able to settle the play down a little bit and see if they can get some possession going. Throwing from Wilson down the line, finds Juan. Juan tries to split between the 2 North Toronto players. He's not able to get through, and it's going to be reset all the way back with Knight. Knight was that lone goal scorer in that semifinal win over Vaughn. Trying to see if he can continue his goal scoring streak with 8 goals so far this season in the OPDL. Ingram playing this one up and running onto that one is Knight, and Knight's going shoulder to shoulder with the defender, and he stands this tall. Good diving play from Wilson, able to poke that ball aside, and yet another corner kick upcoming here for North Toronto. So one get played in around the penalty mark. Can't find Ingram. There will be a touch there. The ball's still loose. And a little miscommunication on the back line as the defense and the goalkeeper, Nirmalakantan, can't seem to agree on who's going to get that ball. And the defender did the smart thing. If he doesn't know if the goalkeeper is getting that one, just clear it away and don't let it settle for Menendez to put in. Another chance on this one will go far post. Still trying to battle his way through. Markham will be able to get this one up the field as Juan tried to carry that ball up. And it'll get picked up once again in the midfield. Here's Knight. Arielle. Down the line in for Ingram. Ingram, though, gets it knocked away from him by Wilson. And Juan tries to move this one up the field. And he'll be able to find Kathy Swarin. Right away, first time calling for that one is Kadib. And he will be offside, though, says the assistant referee. And I'll call him back here for a free kick. Toronto FC is the official founding premier partner of Ontario Soccer, as well as the presenting partner for the Ontario Player Development League, the province's youth high performance league. Their commitment to the game in Ontario is unrivaled. Visit torontofc.com for tickets and more. It's Knight. Nice run down the near side from Licht. Licht's cross gets blocked, but it might fall, fortunately, for this team, and he will find his way back towards Licht. He's going to put this one to the far post, and a diving scissor kick opportunity won't connect. And it'll get cleared away, and it was Menendez who went for the acrobatic finish. Kadib doing a good job there, holding the ball up, waiting for some support. As again, Markham trying to withstand this oncoming pressure that North Toronto is providing in the opening minutes of the game. And Markham's best chance right now just to try to slow this play down and see if they can get some passes going. And that's what they'll attempt to do here off the throw-in. But once again, the high press pressure putting right onto them, but Markham will get the throw. So we'll find this all the way towards goalkeeper Ryan Tiltak. And one of the toughest goalies to beat in the OPDL period in all age groups. And Markham will be hard done here, but if they do find themselves getting a goal here, It'll make all the difference. Kadib trying to play this one back towards his midfield. Knocked away. Here, the referee will call advantage here as North Toronto will carry this ball over midfield, but doesn't see any options going forward. And Nuttall Smith will bring this one all the way with his defense. Dangerous pass for Licht, but he's able to recover his Licht. And him and Juan are battling for it, and Juan will just over the touchline for throwing. Great crowd here on hand and the Ontario Soccer Center here in Vaughan, Ontario for this match. As you hear them making some good noise, cheering on for both teams. And there's going to be a little bit of a tumble there. Standing gets spun around. It looks like he twisted his knee there, but he's going to walk this one off as this team is going to win a free kick. Mikhail is going to boot this one up the field. Good kick up from him, trying to get it all the way up towards Kadib. He gets headed away, and here comes Licht now for North Toronto. Trying to play a first time through ball up, and it finds its way down to the foot of Ingram. Ingram trying to dance away, but Standing does well to poke it away. Got to credit the Markham defense. They're holding the line there and able to get that ball free once it gets towards that final third of the field. As Kadib puts on the pressure himself, and he tried to pass it off towards his teammate. And North Toronto will be able to recover there with Nuttall Smith. Sandu. All the way back to Mirzaku. Mirzaku's pass somehow found its way towards his attackers, but it will be knocked away here from Standing, who'll put it towards the midfield. But the pass from Rajaswaran can't find his players. And once again, Markham under a little bit of pressure as they sacrifice a free kick, and the players are sleeping a little bit here, and North Toronto try to capitalize on that one. And they are able to win yet another corner kick. This time will be the first one on the far side of the field. And at this point here in this opening 10 minutes of the game, Markham just looking for that spark. Players are lined up in a line towards that far post, trying to see if they can make those runs towards the open space in the near post, as this one's going to get played in over the head of everybody, though. And Markham's Juan will be able to pick up this ball as he'll shoot this one down the line, hit it right towards Sandu, who'll get that over to Knight. Here comes Knight with some good footwork as he's trying to find his way through, and a big save from Nirmalakanthan as he's able to just get the toe out. But Evan Knight doing some great footwork and almost repartee towards Connor McDavid's goal in hockey last night. Comes a run down the line. Holling trying to make his run down, and he'll get that one kicked away from him, but Markham will get possession in towards the North Toronto half. They're going to try and see again, trying to find Kadib. He'll be that point man for Markham. They are missing one of their top players in this match as well as Markham. Hamza Khan not dressed today. 4 goals in the OPDL season for him. Put himself third on the team. Be a big loss here, but the team will be fighting hard. As this time it will be North Toronto getting the throw on the far side. Ravielli trying to play a little 1-2 off the throw and can't find his teammate on the return, and Markham gets another throw in here as they go back and forth with throws around the midfield. Comes Kadib now running towards that into the corner. Can't control that one, and it's going to bounce off his foot and off for a goal kick. This ball will go down the line. Ingram trying to control that one, can't do so. And Standing's going to hit this one first time, and Kadib going on a chase here, and he's going to put some good pressure in. But Tiltak is able to hit this one up the field first time, and a great sliding challenge as Ruben Andre tried to go for it from Markham. But Ravielli keeps that ball in front as he tried to send that one up the field towards the strikers up top, the Lawford. Lawford back towards the midfield as it goes towards Sandu. Menendez trying to switch. That one gets blocked, and Markham can try to launch a counterattack the other way as they're going to send a long ball up the field, and Tiltak looked like he was ready for that one. Maybe some pre-match strategy there as right when Rajaswaran got that ball. Tiltak was already coming out of his goal, ready to clear up any long ball played up towards Kadib. No score so far here in the boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield final between Markham Soccer Club and North Toronto. As we're getting close towards the 14th minute here in the opening quarter. As this ball gets settled in by Ruben Andre. He tries to play this one up, and that's a high jump there from Angrish. He got well over the Markham attacker, and Kadib seems to be habering a little bit, and right away the training staff will have to come out to take a look here towards the injured player here. Might have got an elbow to the face there, or something must have hit him there. As Angrish went up high onto the Markham attacker. Looks like he's going to be okay, though, as he walks off the pitch. As it looks like we're going to have an early substitution here from North Toronto. And it's going to be a change on the center back position here. Nuttall Smith will be coming off the field. As play will resume here with the drop ball. Lawford's pass goes in behind Ingram, and it'll go for a throw in here for Wilson. Juan trying to get away from the pressure of Lichty, and Wilson will just hit it off of the attacker for North Toronto, and they'll get themselves another throw. Don't forget, this is the first of 3 matches here. Markham themselves have a very busy weekend with 4 matches this weekend in the OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. So make sure to stay tuned in for all 6 of the exciting matches you'll see here at the Ontario Soccer Centre. Ingram does well to poke that one away, and he's going to send in Knight going forward. Knight touches this one over to Lawford. He gets it now towards Ingram. Menendez, big save! Nirmalkant then does it once again, diving towards his left. That's a tough save there, and some great runs being brought forward, and good heads up from Lawford, and Ingram just recognizing the open space on the far side of the field. And that's a perfect shot there, but equally as great save. Knight's going to hit it off of one for a throw. And North Toronto will place one in as Ingram tries to run in. He'll be able to get a touch onto that one, but he'll hit it right towards a Markham player who will knock this one back towards midfield. Licked with the cross. Trying to find Lawford, can't find him. Menendez is coming over again. And they'll be knocked away. And even though North Toronto's had a majority of the possession so far, this Markham defense has held strong so far, holding themselves to a good shape. As some good running coming forward from Rajeshwar, and wins his team a free kick as he split between two midfielders. And this could be a good opportunity to test Tiltak in goal here for Markham. Rajeshwaran on the kick. Gets deflected off of a defender and is going to bounce towards the left side where Juan and Lichter's battling for it. Juan dancing with the ball and he loses it under his feet. And that's going to go off over the touchline, and it's going to be a throw-in. Missed opportunity there from Markham, and they're going to try and see if they can continue it, but they can't control the throw. Wilson hits this one high in the air, and it's going to be knocked on towards Ingram. Ingram trying to find Lawford, can't find him, but a second opportunity might be able to go forward here from Ravielli. Trying to chip it forward on a little miscommunication between Menendez and Knight. He was expecting Knight to make a run into the corner, and that's going to be an easy clearance here from Markham. And there's a hard collision there. Kathy Swarn going right towards Ravielli. Kadib getting tripped up here, looking towards the referee. Play on, though. And North Toronto picks up the ball here as that ball. A little miscommunication themselves again here between Angrish and Licht. Licht wasn't up the field yet, and he played the ball into space, and he wasn't able to reach onto that one. And Markham will be able to hit it up the field. And once again, they're trying to get that long ball up towards Kadib. And Angrish will be able to get to that ball first. Getting towards the final moments here of the first quarter. Maybe enough time for one more attack here for Markham. And there goes the whistle to end the first quarter in the boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield between North Toronto and Markham. No score between the two teams, but North Toronto definitely had a couple good chances. But Nirmalakanthan in goal for Markham has made some huge saves to keep his team deadlocked at zeros. Ontario Soccer values fair play, and we share this common passion with our partners from Respect in Sport, the leading e-learning platform for the prevention of bullying, abuse, harassment, and discrimination. Learn more about their programs and start your Respect education journey today at respectgroupinc.com. Just going to have a quick couple-minute break, folks, and we'll be back here for the second quarter.
Run.
Gatorade, with With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
It begins with a ball. 2 teams, 2 nets, that ball, and a love of everything between the lines. But the game is more. The game is you giving every last breath to finish the sprint. The game is that last ounce of strength that pours out of you as you stretch to save your team. The game is questioning yourself over and over again until you find a way forward. Your personal best today is your challenge for tomorrow. Giving everything now is only knowing how much further you can go. The laces we tighten are the ones that bind us together. Entering the huddle as a player and leaving as a team. Play because you love it. Inspire because it's in you. Unite because it's in us. Ontario Soccer.
And we're back here at the Ontario Soccer Centre for the second quarter of this boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield final. There was a lot of chances for North Toronto, but the Markham team has held strong. There's no score as we're ready to enter the second 20 minutes here on the field. As we saw a couple substitutions come on the field for North Toronto. I'm seeing Diego Jallo come into the game. And I saw one other player here. Not too sure who it is just yet, but we'll let you know here on the broadcast as soon as we know. Does it look like it's Renosuke Fukutomi who's replaced Ingram on the attack. So those are the two players. There's a little bit of a push coming in from the third substitution. That's Jared Muzzy. And he's going to give Markham a free kick. Some good threats so far for this Markham team. Looking over on Khadib and Roger Swarn, those two players on the attack, have provided some excitement as they're looking to try and see if they can find a breakthrough, though, through this North Toronto defense. Nice ball up the field towards Knight. Knight gets through the defender. Here comes Knight, just missing the corner. The footwork from Evan Knight has just been phenomenal as he danced around the Markham defender but couldn't find the near side. And you know what? After those couple saves Nirmalakanthan has made, you start to get a little bit nervous putting it anywhere near him. Wilson under the high pressure once again. I'm liking that from the North Toronto attack, but this time Standing will be able to poke that ball away, and he's going to move up the field as he'll send this one up the field, and giving chase will be Holling. Holling has switched sides, it looks like, with Juan. Trying to see if they can inspire some attack down this left side. As the ball is going to bounce off the foot of Wilson for Markham, now for a throw-in. A little bit of a push onto the back by Wilson will get called by the referee. And it's going to be taken quickly up the field. And Standing will get to it first before Lawford, and it'll get moved up by the Markham defense. It seems right now Markham is just missing that midfield right now, as every time they get the ball, they're just trying to get that towards Khadib up top. And they got to figure out a way to get the midfield involved so they can give Khadib a little bit of some support if he does get to that ball. The 1-2 off the throw, and Knight comes jumping in there, and he'll block it as it goes out for another goal kick. Mikhail now will set up to take this goal kick. And he'll get this one over the head of Kethiswaran, who's going to try to win it in the midfield, and he'll find that ball under his feet. Kethiswaran, though, poked away initially by Sandhu. And Knight once again jumping in for another block as Wilson hits this one high in the air. And Sandhu can't control that one as Markham will get the throw. Unfortunate bounce there for Kethiswaran as they try to control that one as they will deflect off him for North Toronto, get the throw, and then they try to send Knight on to a run. Rajaswaran was the player who picked up on it first, and this could be dangerous as they're going to send in Gallo onto a run, but Tiltak is able to get to that one first. Good ball from Khadib, and that's why they constantly try to get him involved onto the attack as he's sending a great ball in for Lucas Gallo, who's come on as a substitute here in this second quarter, and he had a good opportunity at Tiltak, ready on his toes. So it looks like Markham here for the second quarter. They've dropped it back to Khadib in towards the central midfield. So the striker will be dropping back, helping out his team, get some control in, and then they'll see if they can send in Gallo on to an attack, as that's a dangerous back pass. And Gallo is able to make the initial block. That ball still bouncing around. Khadib will find it under his foot. He's going to drive towards on the right side, see if he can find a cross. He takes a tumble, and let's see what the call is as the referee has, assistant referee raised the flag. And it'll be a free kick here for Markham just on the edge of the penalty area. So I think it was the discussion of, was it a foul and where was the foul? And Markham with their best opportunity of the game here early in the second quarter. This one gets towards the far post. It's going to get knocked down by a Markham player, Juan, and he's unfortunately heads it towards the ground instead of the goal. And there's a little bit of a push onto the back of Khadib once again. And you know, I got to give credit. He's been a great player, has Khadib, for Markham. He's created any attack so far, and he's going to look to take this free kick here for his team, as the center backs will now move up the field for Markham to get onto the end of this free kick. So one go towards the far post once again. It's going to be headed back towards the edge of the penalty area. Trying to put this one back in as Kethiswaran. He's not able to get to it, and Rajaswaran is now going to have that ball, and he tries a spin move, but that ball rolls off of his foot. And North Toronto will be able to shut down that Markham attack. Again, their best chance here so far this game, as Mikhail mishits the clearance, and North Toronto will get the ball deep in towards the Markham half. Marzaku puts this one back in, and there's going to be a call in favor of North Toronto. Right away, the whole team had the hands up looking at the referee, Veseldik, and Zeke will call that one here. And this is a great spot for North Toronto to bend it in. We've seen some dangerous crosses being played. And we're going to try and see if Sandhu will be the man on top of the ball. Will be able to bend that. Probably he's aiming for the edge of the goal area as he asks for space. He does have a player into the corner. if he chooses to play towards Jello. But I think from this distance, you got to be crossing it in. And it will get played a little bit overkicked as they do have a player coming in on the far side of the field. The Markham defense will be able to handle it away as Mikhail will knock it out for a throw. Big boot up, and Jello will go on to a chase, and he'll be able to get to this one. He avoids that challenge from Wilson, but Wilson did a great job getting quickly back onto his feet. Hit this one up the field. And there's a hard collision there between Gallo and Mirzaku, and the referee looks like he's going to have some words with Gallo after that challenge. And Gallo just apologized, said, yeah, I know I was late. And the ref says, yep, okay. Just letting you know, warning here, and let's continue on with another free kick for Sandu. Sandu much better played here, but Mikhail once again rises up high to clear to a side. Markham, couple shouts there for handball, but play still continues. As they get some passing going on that far side. Little spin move there as the North Toronto player Knight lost the ball, and on his attempt to recover it, gives up a free kick. Urbain Andre wins his team a free kick. A lot of fouls before these two teams, but hasn't hit that tempo where it's gone overboard. Just common soccer fouls you hear on the field here, as this one gets booted towards the left side. Trying to find Khadib once again. Can't get to him, but still continues here on the attack. But Urbain Andre can't control that pass, as he will pick up the ball now and towards the midfield, as Mikhail will shoot this one deep. Good pressure coming in from Khadib once again, and he is not able to force not the greatest of clearances, as this one's going to get towards the right side as it's Urbain Andre. Kathy Swarn. He's teeing this one up, and he can't find the goal, but he saw that space in towards the goal, and he looked for an adventure there on that shot. But sometimes they recognize, okay, you got the space there, you see the goal, got to be going for it. Markham's done a good job, though. It was all North Toronto in the opening 10 minutes of the game. They're starting to find their footing here in the game, and they're coming up with a little bit more possession in towards that North Toronto half, as we see some good footwork coming in from Rajeshwaran, but he gets shut down, and there's a push going in, and no attempt from the ball from Kathy Swarn will get called, as he diverted his run to get in the way of the North Toronto player, and they'll play this one short and continue on with Sendhu. Just over the half an hour mark here. No score between the two teams here in Markham and North Toronto in the boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. I'd like to thank everyone who's tuned in here on their Saturday mornings. As Khadib doing a great job working with the ball, trying to center it towards Kathisuar. Second opportunity here is Holling will be able to go with it now on the left side. He's looking for some support. He's got two green jerseys around him, but he does win a free kick. This Holling. And he did his job holding up the play, looking for any help from his midfield. And he does one better, winning his team a free kick, which they should be going for goal, I would think, from this range. And it will be that striker, Hazim Khadib, ready on this one. 4 players in the wall. Looks like Tiltak is expecting a shot as well. Here comes Kadib, gets that one over the wall, but it will bounce in front of Tiltak, who will make the catch. That's a shot on goal there from Markham as they continue to get some momentum here in this second quarter. Kadib towards the right side. Juan almost got himself broken free, but he'll get locked down, and North Toronto has to figure out, okay, what were they doing in the opening few minutes and how they can get themselves back towards it. Canada Soccer has launched its Return to Play campaign in collaboration with its member associations. The Play campaign is a Canada-wide initiative which serves as a call to action for a safe and responsible return to play for all those involved in the sport of soccer from coast to coast to coast. Learn more, visit Canada Soccer Play. High boot up there over the head of Gillette. There goes for throw for Markham. It's Wilson. He's trying to send this one up the field at first time. That gets blocked by Angrish. Knight now picks up the ball. He tried to charge forward, but that touch was a little bit long. Gallo has gone towards the, after that foul, he's gone back towards the right wing, it looks like, and Kadib has returned towards a striker for Markham. So just making a couple little tactical switches. All on the field here is Andrew Cairns, as he's trying to see if he can find whatever works on the field. As North Toronto has gone to the bench already for several substitutions. The Markham squad has been left fairly untouched, but as soon as we say that, it looks like they will be getting ready to make themselves a substitution on the field. North Toronto player hobbling a little bit after that collision. It looks like he might have to be substituted off the field for now, as currently North Toronto is playing with 10 men, but looks like the referee will allow them to make the change. As it look like returning into the game, I believe that's Licht over there on the far side, ready to return. As the play will now be resumed with Sandu. Marzaku. Back for Angrish. Trying to split it between the two players, but diving Wilson. Not afraid to get onto the turf is Wilson. He's made a couple nice diving plays so far early, as that long ball was played too far ahead for Lawford. Comes a drop kick. It looks like it bounced and hit off the hands of Jalot, and the referee did see that. And it'll be a handball free kick around midfield for Markham as they look to make the substitution. Gallo, who came on as a substitute here in this second quarter, will come right back off the field. As you're reaching the 36th minute mark, a few minutes left here before the halftime break. The long ball into the corner, nicely headed away by Angers. Second opportunity there. Markham will be able to pick up on the ball. As that's a poor return pass, and here comes Fukutomi. He's going to try to rush onto a break. Good job there from Adraswaran. Standing And Fukutomi Kaladen standing, can't believe it. He didn't feel like he did anything there to warn himself a free kick. But North Toronto will be able to get one right in towards that edge of the penalty area. Fukutomi with some great intensity there as he rushed towards the goal. And it'll be Knight on the take. He hits it off the crossbar. Second chance over the bar. Evan Knight going for goal there. Kantan couldn't reach that one, and it hits off the crossbar. And the second chance, I believe that was English on the second chance, fired that one over. But North Toronto getting themselves close to finding one just before the halftime whistle. Knight. He's been one of the most exciting players here on the field. He's hustling his way in forward, but Normal Kempen will be able to get to it. Jello, and there's a late challenge. How long knocked down the North Toronto defender. A little bit late after he passed the ball, and Mirzaku will get ready to restart the play. Maybe enough time for one more attack here for North Toronto. See if they can find themselves a breakthrough. And again, another late challenge, and I think the referee might have enough here. And there we go, another final warning going towards the Markham players. As DeSimone will pick up a warning talking to from the referee after those back-to-back fouls by the Markham players. No more of those, and he'll start dishing the cards out, it looks like, as just enough time here as we're in that final minute of the first half for North Toronto and Markham. Sandu trying to get around that large frame. Kathy Swarin, and he's forced backwards. As the referee will blow the halftime whistle here. And the boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. It's no score between Markham Soccer Club and North Toronto. Today's OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield action is fueled by Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, and refill during halftime. The OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield is also all about competing well on the pitch while doing good in the community. Support the team's fundraising efforts and get your shot at winning the jackpot this weekend by buying a ticket for our special Gary Miller Charity Shield 50/50 raffle at www.rafflebox.ca/raffle/Ontario Soccer. Ticket sales close at 11:59 p.m. on Sunday, November 7th, and the draw is on the Monday, November 8th. The winner will be notified shortly thereafter. Thanks for your support. We're going to go towards the halftime break, folks. Second half action coming up next.
Run.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
It begins with a ball. 2 teams, 2 nets, that ball, and a love of everything between the lines. But the game is more. The game is you giving every last breath to finish the sprint. The game is that last ounce of strength that pours out of you as you stretch to save your team. The game is questioning yourself over and over again until you find a way forward. Your personal best today is your challenge for tomorrow. Giving everything now is only knowing how much further you can go. The laces we tighten are the ones that bind us together. Entering the huddle as a player and leaving as a team. Play because you love it. Inspire because it's in you. Unite because it's in us. Ontario Soccer.
And welcome back, everyone, for the Shield with Markham Soccer Club. They're in the white and black, going from your left to your right in your screens at home, and in the green and black is North Toronto, going from your right to your left. It was a high-paced first half, chances going both ways, but no score between these two teams. The champions of the West versus the champions in the East. My name is Martin Ohms here, giving you the play-by-play commentary between these two teams. As we also thank you to Ontario soccer partner Soccer Express for their first-class support. As Canada's premier soccer apparel and equipment dealer, Soccer Express has everything needed to take your game to the next level. Visit soccerx.com to check out the latest gear from Adidas, Nike, Puma, Admiral, and more. A couple of highlight players, of course, in that first half. You got to look at Khadib for that Markham squad, but it will be Knight as well on North Toronto. Those two players have definitely put on a show out here in the field. We'll see if there'll be any more standout players here in the second half, as North Toronto is claiming for a handball on the far side. Not going to get it as it goes for themselves to get a throw-in instead. Jello gets this ball back towards the midfield, and it gets intercepted, and here comes Markham trying to go the other way. But Kathy Swarn will get that one poked away from him, and North Toronto tries to attack quickly. That cross will get blocked by Standing, and it's yet another corner kick here for North Toronto.
Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and the leading provider of sport life management tools for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com to see how they can help keep your club running in stride and off the pitch this season.
Interesting formation change here on the corner kicks for North Toronto. They're set up outside of that penalty area this time to make those runs in. And they will find a player, but there is Standing waiting there on the near post, and he'll be able to hit this one up the field. As Markham Dial tries to go the other way, but that lone man all the way back was Marzaku, and he was able to shut it down as it continues now with Ingram. Ingram brings it back towards Jello. He can't go any further, and now Markham's Rajeswaran tries to work his way up. Knight, though, takes off, and Rajeswaran tries to win it up right back off of him, but he forces Knight to go back towards his defense. Muzzy sends this one long, and there's a lot of open space down that right side for North Toronto to play it in. That pass for Knight can't find his player, as Mikhail will be able to get to that one first. But North Toronto, once again, starting out the half with a lot of the possession and momentum. And Markham has to figure out what they did in the first half and just shut it down, as they were going to try to go here. As there's the through ball in for Kadib. Kadib will be able to find it. Here he comes towards the goal. Saved by Tiltak. Some great footwork once again from Kadib. Gets through the two center backs, something he has not been able to figure out so far, but he finally got his chance. But Tiltak stuck strong and was able to block that one. Play will resume here with the drop ball, as North Toronto will give the ball right back, as here it comes with the long ball up the field. And is he going to be onside? And it looks like he is, as they take a little bit of a tumble, and it's going to get called against North Toronto. He had the hands all over the shoulders. And he'll come back here for a free kick. Ingram has re-entered the game here for North Toronto, and starting at this third quarter. He has replaced Lawford. Leading scorer for North Toronto. Hasn't seen much of the ball, though. Has the striker. And he'll try to see if he can get a little bit of a breather and see if he can find himself a spark into the game. With 16 goals so far this season, he's got to find a way to get himself involved. Simone gets it towards the near side, as Trantafilidis trying to find his player, can't get it through. Nato Smith's long ball up can't find his way back. A little bit of back and forth right now, and finally jumping at that ball is Ravielli to give this back towards his North Toronto players. And now they'll try to send this ball long down the right side, but much too far up the field. And Markham is starting to settle down that attack here. 5 minutes here in towards this second half. We'll be having 3 matches here today, folks. Make sure to stay tuned in all day long. Following this match at noon will be the under-15 girls and the boys under-17 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield matches will round out the action here for today. As Nell Smith keeps that ball in front. Here's Jello. Knight will get called for another foul here, as he he's trying to say he had nothing. The referee signified the jersey, so looked like it was a jersey pull there, a little bit of holding. As there's a high boot up the field from Ravielli. Can't get through Standing, and now it gets picked up from Rajeswaran. His pass, though, goes in behind Halung. And it will go for a throw in here for North Toronto around midfield. This game definitely has the makings of somebody finding the breakthrough here. I just can't see this game ending in this current scoreline, but how well both these two teams are playing. But you never know here with still lots of action to go out here in this second half. Rajeswaran brings it towards this near side. Trandafilidis trying to send that one first up towards Kadib. Can't find him. And there's a great sliding challenge coming in from the midfield to Muzzy. As here comes a ball down towards the right side. Simone trying to go for goal. He got a good boot onto that one. Can't find the goal, however. But Markham's starting to get a little bit closer to try and see if they can pressure Tiltak. To Simone, good forecheck from him, picks it away. Kadib trying to get it towards the player. Here is Kethi scores! And Markham gets the goal! Keaton Kethi with the finish. As D. Simone did a great job there, pokes the ball free, and Kadib gets it toward Kethi who puts it into the bottom corner. And Markham taking the 1-0 lead here in the third quarter. 7. For Kethi Swaran, that's his 5th goal of the season, but none any bigger than that. As Markham took all full use of the chances. And once again, that's just the 3rd goal North Toronto has given up all season long. They're getting to the full test here today in this final. And they're going to try and see if they can get themselves tied right back up. Through ball a little bit long on the first side, and just a little bit of frustrations being shown there from the North Toronto players. There's a little bit of hands waving and clapping, trying to say, okay, got to get to that ball. And the fans here trying to cheer on their team here to see if they can get themselves right back into it. It's a huge mental swing, as North Toronto probably feels they had a little bit more of the control, but Markham has made full uses of their chances that's been provided to them. Any chance they've seen that goal, they have gotten a good opportunity. And they'll try and see if they can go for a second one here, as this one goes back towards their keeper, as he'll hit this one in towards the midfield, and it'll get picked up by Rajeswaran, who gets spun around, and he'll win a free kick. Coach Cairns right now for Markham telling the players, relax a little bit. Let's avoid anything on the counter. Try to continue here, as that ball's just going to continue to bounce around on the edge of the penalty area. Kadib can't find it, and Nell Smith will be able to hit it up the field towards Jello. He's going to try to launch a ball up by hustling back to get into position was Rajeswaran, and he'll try to send this one up the field. Holling trying to get onto that one, can't reach to it, but there's the goal score. Kethi Swaran trying to control that one, but he has that one roll away for a North Toronto throw. Just over the 50-minute mark here, it is a 1-0 for Markham over North Toronto here in this boys under 14 final. But lots of action still to go with half an hour to be played. As there's a good battle between Ingram and Trantafilidis. Ingram will be able to poke that ball away, and he'll get it off towards Jello. Jello tried to split between the couple defenders. Can't find his man, as Markham can't clear the ball out of their own half. Jello tonight. Muzzy switching it towards the Licht. Mistake there on the 1-2, and once again the long ball is up, and that's a great ball in for Khadib. Khadib trying to do it all himself right now. Great spin move. He's still going as Khadib. 2 green jerseys now. Finally gets some support. There's the shot, and it will take a block as helping him out with Kathisuaran. And he gets a block, and now North Toronto wants to lead an attack the other way, but that ball is too far ahead for Ingram, and Toronto Philidis will be able to hit it off of the North Toronto midfielder and win his team a throw. Hazim Khadib once again just showing his great fortune, as it looks like Trentafilidis has to come off there. And maybe it might be a cut. It might have to be a cut that he needs cleaned up before he's able to continue. I think the referee was pointing towards the lip, so it might be a cut on the lip there for Trentafilidis, and we'll have to see if they hit. And it looks like Wilson will get ready to re-enter the game here for Markham, so they can play at full strength until their defender and captain can get right back on the field. Picked up by Ruben Andre. Kathisuaran trying to send it up towards Khadib. Can't find him. As here comes English the other way. He's going to send this one up towards the right side. And North Toronto has this game just going end to end right now. Finds Knight. Knight's shot blocked. Second opportunity. Diving around. North Toronto still considers there's a trip. And it will be a free kick for North Toronto. Jumping around with the ball was Ravielli. And Ravielli got tripped up as he tried to get back onto his feet. And he wins a free kick in a huge goal-scoring opportunity for North Toronto. They had a good free kick in the first half, which Evan Knight hit the crossbar with. But this one's right nice and center. And if Ravielli can get this one onto goal, could equal a great goal-scoring opportunity for the team. And it's Ravielli just missing the top corner as he aimed that one over the wall. He got that one over the wall, but just narrowly missing that top corner. And Markham holds on. Couple more substitutions here as Trentafilidis will return. They fixed the cut there, and they're going to make a couple changes out here on the field. Halling will go over towards the left wing, and Juan comes over towards the right wing for Markham. As there is Juan trying to get onto this one. He's hustling. Great hustle to keep this one in play as this ball continues to roll down the touchline. Ruben Andre back towards the defense, and that one's going to hit up high, and that's going to go out for a throw-in, or will the referee... It looks like the referee will resume play with the drop ball instead. The Jello. Good passing. Finds its way towards Ingram, and he tried to chip it forward. But Mikhail read that one and kept it in front of him. Near Malakanthan will come out of his goal, can boot this one up the field. Couple of huge saves from that Markham keeper in the first half. It's kept this game at a 1-0 scoreline. And the North Toronto Nitros will be looking back at those opening 5-10 minutes, realize they had all the momentum there, trying to see if they can get that opening goal. And they now have to figure out a way to slide by. As good job there from Regis Swarin avoiding that sliding challenge, but North Toronto will be able to pick up the ball momentarily as a little back and forth, and Standing will get that ball off towards Regis Swarin. Long ball up once again towards Khadib, but it'll be easy grab here for Tiltak, and he'll roll it back out towards his defense. Remember, Markham lost their semifinal match towards Sigma 2-1. Sigma not able to participate today, going against the North Toronto team that defeated Vaughan 1-0 in their semifinal. And Markham trying to make the Cinderella run, making the comeback here. But still, like we said, plenty of time here with about 3 minutes left here in this third quarter, plus the whole fourth quarter left to go here in this 1-0 game. Good job from Standing to head that one aside. Ingram trying to play that one into the corner, which Licht was making the run, as he'll find his way back to Muzzy. Ravielli, it looks like North Toronto has shifted towards 3 at the back now, as they send an extra player forward, but it's not going to get away from the goal scorer there. Is Ketty Swarin, and he's going to do some good footwork, and I believe it's going to be the ball on the ground here, so it'll be a free kick here from Markham, as North Toronto's ready to make another substitution. So Fukutomi will re-enter the game. We saw some great hustle coming in from him in the second quarter. So he's back out there on the pitch on the attacking front now for North Toronto. Good job there from Standing, sliding that one, but North Toronto once again get the throw. Just over a minute left to go here in this third quarter. Enough time for an attack here as they continue to march down the field with throw-ins, as they're trying to find that ball over towards Knight. That ball's going to scramble around, and it'll find its way to the foot. Barneswell, he is shot his block. Second opportunity. That one will go wide from Ravielli. Checked out the first opportunity there was Muzzy with the second chance coming in from Ravielli. Either way, though, it ends up here with the goal kick, which Markham taking their time here before hitting this one up towards midfield. Murzaku sending this one along towards the right. Get picked up as this pass will find its way towards Knight. Pokes aside, second opportunity. Muzzy can't control that one as he runs in towards Mikhail. Ravielli now gets around the first jumping midfielder. Leaves this one over towards Jello. Juan is there momentarily to interrupt that passing play, as Ravielli puts it right back towards the midfield. Muzzy still going with it, and finally Juan will clear that one aside. Few more seconds left to go. North Toronto has to go quick, as they're going to boot this one into a dangerous area for Knight. Knight saved, rebound, over the goal! Fukutomi had it right down on his foot, and he went for full power on the open goal, and he fired it over. And the nerves right there for North Toronto. It's a great job there from Nir Malakantha making the first original save on Knight, but the rebound just was missed there from Fukutomi. And this game will remain a 1-0 scoreline here in the boys under 14 final. A little bit of added time here from the referee due to that cut from the Markham player, as Knight will be able to pick it up. He tries to charge his way in through. Can't find a gap. As there goes the break whistle to end the third quarter in this boys under 14 Ontario So check that OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield match. Markham found a breakthrough from Keaton Kethy-Swarn, finding the bottom corner as they'll lead into the break 1-0 over North Toronto. Sports Engine is the official technology partner of Ontario Soccer and the leading provider of sport relationship management software for youth and amateur sports. Check out sportsengine.com/solutions to see how they can help keep your club running in stride on and off the pitch this season. That's Sports Engine. Have a quick couple-minute breather, folks. Fourth quarter coming up next.
Run.
Gatorade, with electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
It begins with a ball. 2 teams, 2 nets, that ball, and a love of everything between the lines. But the game is more. The game is you giving every last breath to finish the sprint. The game is that last ounce of strength that pours out of you as you stretch to save your team. The game is questioning yourself over and over again until you find a way forward. Your personal best today is your challenge for tomorrow. Giving everything now is only knowing how much further you can go. The laces we tighten are the ones that bind us together. Entering the huddle as a player and leaving as a team. Play because you love it. Inspire because it's in you. Unite because it's in us. Ontario Soccer.
And we're back here at the Ontario Soccer Centre for the opening match of the OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. It is Markham Soccer Club who lead 1-0 over North Toronto as the teams get ready to take the field in this final 20 minutes of play. It is Markham in that white and black, trying to see if they can find themselves the victory here. And North Toronto with 20 minutes to go, trying to see if they can find that tying goal as we are underway. In our first 3 matches here on the day, make sure to stay tuned in for all the OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield action. Good collision on that far side, shoulder to shoulder, and that ball will find its way towards a throw-in for North Toronto, and they'll try to take this one quickly as Lawford has re-entered the game. He's going to try to see if he can get some touches in, as there was a huge chance at the dying moments of that third quarter with Fukutomi having an open goal and just wasn't able to find the net. As that made this game 1-0. As one tries to chip it forward, finds Khadib. Khadib, nice backheel pass. Get it over towards Ruben Andre. As he continues to go with the ball here, does Markham. It's Khadib. Poking it away, though, will be Angrish. Angelo now to hit this one down the line. Finds Lawford. Ravielli tries to put it towards the right side, and that looked like it hit the arm of Wilson. The referee does agree. Check that as Valicani. And hit off the arm of Valicani, and it'll be a free kick here for North Toronto. And their set pieces have all been proven to be great opportunities. We've seen a crossbar. We've seen a couple of narrow misses. Can Ravielli find the goal this time? 5 players in the wall from Markham. Ravielli going for it, off the crossbar again. Second opportunity, punched away by the keeper. Nurmelikanthan able to get onto that one, collided with the North Toronto attacker, went down on the turf, but he jumped out, put his body on the line to punch that ball away, did the Markham keeper. And he's feeling the effects of that one, but a huge opportunity once again. A second crossbar for North Toronto off a set piece. By Nurmelikanthan. You know what? He's been one of the stars of this game for Markham. And hopefully he'll be able to get back onto his feet. And as soon as we said that, he will. And he made a crucial punch away on the second opportunity to keep this a 1-0 scoreline. And just making sure he's okay. Looks like he's getting the thumbs up is the Markham keeper. And it looks like we're ready to resume here with North Toronto with the ball. It looks like it's a discussion here with the referee, Vezel Zeke, talking with Coach Andrew Cairns on the Markham side. Maybe he had a little bit of complaints there, feeling maybe the North Toronto players were offside and interfering. The play probably shouldn't have happened anyway. I think that might be his argument. But the fourth official, Raizada, trying to just calm down the Markham coach. Of course, when you have your goalkeeper playing like that, you don't want anything to happen to him as well. So just making sure everything's okay. Instead, actually, it'll be starting with a drop ball here for Markham. We'll kick this one out of play for a North Toronto throw. Good footwork there from Licht. Licht tries to play a ball and can't find a Lawford. Second opportunity. Sandu can't fully connect. Angrish, he does well there. Passes this one over to Lawford and he bounces over his foot. And Triantafilidis will just shield that one away as he'll go for a throw-in. What a great way to start today's action, though, with this match between these two teams. It's been a highlight-full affair. Very exciting match. As Urbain Andre gets this one to Angrish. And Kadib is saying hit the arm, and the referee agrees with him. And Angrish will get called for a handball. Comes the high boot up, headed away by Angrish. As trying to put this one right back in is Wilson. And Wilson can't find his midfielder as North Toronto will get the throw. A lot of pressure there from Mikhail, and he's got to hit it back towards this keeper. And he'll hit this one towards midfield. It's going to bounce around. And Licht will be able to get it forward. A bit of a high foot there, but play still resume here with Rajeswaran. He's trying to find his man on the left side as Holland can't find him. As their first time through ball in for Lawford won't find its path. Both teams, you could just feel the intensity here in the stadium. Both teams cheering them on in a very tight 1-0 affair. And there's a sliding challenge. Not able to connect, and they still are able to get the cross in. But so a lot of white jerseys are back there to block that one as the clearance will find its way in for Knight. And that pass for Ravielli. And Kadib, the striker, he's making his presence known, hustling to help his defense. Still going in, and his own teammate blocked the first shot there. As they continue to spin with it as North Toronto. Another cross opportunity. Just, it looks like he lost his balance when he was going for the cross, and he'll fall down for a goal kick. Today's OPDL Charity Shield action is fueled by Gatorade, the official sports fuel of OPDL. Rehydrate, replenish, and refuel after the match. Nice run down the right flank as they go straight for full speed here. And finally, a last-second sliding challenge from Wilson breaks down that run, and it'll be a corner kick for North Toronto. And I think in these moments, you got to be bringing more green jerseys forward here. As this one goes around, the penalty mark somehow finds its way in all the way through, and Kadib will be able to get to that ball first, and now he's going to try to launch a counterattack the other way, and Kadib's asking for it, as Kathy Swarn is trying everything he can to get the ball up the field towards him, and he won't be able to find his way through the North Toronto midfield, as they'll get themselves a throw-in, which will be taken quickly down the line. Sandu gonna go for goal, and he goes high and wide. "68 minutes have been played, 12 to go here on the field." Markham leads 1-0 over North Toronto, who will get themselves a free kick right now. And this boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield match. They're going to take their time here, and Rajeswaran will come back to take it. We've seen some good boots coming out from him, so probably better to have your best foot on this one to hit it up the field. Holling doing a good job. He'll just shield that one. Like, can't get to it. And Markham gets the throw in deep right near the corner flag. And it'll be a strategy here. Will they throw this one in, go towards the goal? Will they hold it into the corner? Let's see what their strategy will be, as this throw will go right into an open area, which no white jerseys were in. And it'll be booted up the field by North Toronto. And this one's going to be dangerous coming out of his goal, though. Nirmalakantan gets to it, and he'll be able to hit it up the field. Rajeswaran does well. He hits it off of Jallo, and he wins this team a throw. Markham taking their time. Referee telling them, let's get it moving. This time it will be North Toronto getting themselves to throw-in. So it hits off of the midfielder last, as Mikhail will hit this one high. There's Kadib once again, the lone man up top. The gazelle up there, just full of energy. And there's a long shot, and that's going to force Tiltak to have to dive to get to that one. Kathy Swarn, the goal scorer, looking for number 2 there. Rajeswaran, he gets pickpocketed. And here comes Lawford the other way. He's going to send this one first time. And chasing after that one on the far side. I believe that's Menendez. And he's not able to get to it. And he's going to try to throw this one right back in quickly. Wilson with another one of his sliding challenges. And Standing will get into the way of the second one. And he does well. Keep this one in front of him, and he tries to continue to win it. And there's a falling North Toronto player. Like, he's grabbing the back of his ankle, but it looks like he's going to be okay. And here's another free kick. Going to leave this one for Ravielli, who's had some great set pieces we've mentioned throughout this whole game. Can he find his teammates to connect? as they line up in a straight line in the penalty area. Knight can't reach down as Mikhail will get to this one. And now Khadib by himself. Once again, it's going to try to go the other way. And the lone man back there, Smith. Last man able to poke it away from that Markham striker. Jello does well to keep that one in play, as Roger Swarin will hit it towards the far side of the field. How long does the smart thing? Just head it away, let his team get back into position. Angrish sending this one down the line, giving chase as Lawford. Lawford is able to get it away from Trantafilidis, but Juan is back there to help out his teammate, but he clears it right towards Jello, and he's hustling to win this one right back as North Toronto continues onto the attack. Licked with the ball. There's a couple open players, and they find the final touch! And it is Evan Knight. He's had all the best chances for North Toronto all game long, and he finally gets on the end of the cross from Licht, and it's 1-1. Knight picking up his 9th goal of the season. And with 7 minutes left to go, they have tied it up against Markham. And Licht with a great cross. And this time, Nirmala can't get on the end of the cross with 2 green jerseys there. Knight just had to redirect it onto the goal, and he got just enough to hit the back of the goal. And the player still stayed onside. And it's a 1-1. And just a reminder, if this game does remain tied after the 80 minutes, we go straight towards kicks from the penalty mark. And the way both these two goalies have been performing, that will be one heck of a show. This one seems to have eluded everyone. I'm not too sure if it did take a deflection off someone. Yes, it did. And it will be a corner kick upcoming for Markham. This one goes towards the near post. Tiltak won't be able to make the catch, as Juan, standing on the goalkeeper, was trying to see if he can get a little bit of a touch onto that one, but Tiltak was able to get to it first. And now North Toronto tries to go the other way. That was a long touch, and Khadib did well to poke that ball away. Check that was Ruben Andre who did well there. Trantafilidis diving in there gives North Toronto another throw. Jello playing this one down the line, trying to give chase for Lawford. Lawford does well, keep this one in play. He's got 2 white jerseys on him. Doesn't have any support right now, and he's trying to dance around, and he might split his way through the 2 players and finally gets cleared away by Markham. But Kyle Lawford with just nowhere to go. Sandu all the way back from Nell Smith. Angrish. Toronto feeling that momentum since scoring the game-tying goal. They don't want it to go to penalties. They're going to send a long ball up. This one is going to go straight towards the waiting hands of Nirmal Kanthan. And he's telling his players, calm down, slow it down. That's some smart goalkeeping there. Soon, another deserving team will engrave their name into OPDL history and hoist the beautiful Gary Miller Charity Shield trophy, tastefully updated by Nothers, the award store. For more than 50 years, Nothers, the award store, has been a leading supplier of awards and recognition products across Ontario, offering complete assistance from program concept planning all the way to product deliveries. See how they can help your organization at nothers.com. Angers does well to avoid that pass to get it on towards Kadib, as they'll clear this one aside for another Markham throw. And it looks like Ruben Andre holding the face a little bit. And might have got a straight arm into the face and just needs a few seconds and he'll be okay, it looks like. And you got to be starting to think here on both teams with just 3 minutes left to go here. Who do you want on the field to be taking those kicks? Or will it go to kicks? What will your strategy be here in these final few minutes for both these two teams? We'll have to see here as we start to look towards the benches, as we see one player warming up here from Markham. And no movement yet on the North Toronto bench. So it looks like they're going to ride this one out with the players they have on the field. And it will be a substitution. I believe that's Gallo re-entering the game here for Markham. We saw a brief appearance there from Lucas Gallo in the first half. Picked up a couple fouls. But he was strong on the forecheck as he right there headed that one aside for the throw. Roger Swarn worked with his team to help set up that opening goal for Markham, where Kathy Swarn was able to put in the finishing touch. But Evan Knight was able to respond here in this fourth quarter to make this a 1-1 game in the boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield final. But it's not over yet, as there's plenty of time here in these last couple minutes for another chance, as there's going to be a foul, much to the astonishment of the North Toronto player. Fukutomi. Here comes the boot up from Roger Swarn. That one's going to take a deflection and it's going to go around the edge of the penalty area. There's a player knocking down, but it was his own player that knocked him over there. The two North Toronto players colliding, and this one will be knocked up the field, but it can't keep it in play, though, was Evan Knight. Referee's just checking to see, is that a sub running going on the field, or is it just training table? Looks like Markham won't be making a sub, and the play still will continue off the throw-in. And in here comes Lawford to pick up that ball. He's going to send this one deep, and Fukutomi's going to give chase. He'll be able to reach this one. Knight's calling for that ball. And he'll find Lawford instead, and Lawford leaves it back for Jalone. That's a nice side-footed volley. And Nirmala will watch that one roll all the way out for a goal kick with probably just enough time for one more play here in the second half. And there is the final whistle. And this boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield match will be going to kicks from the penalty spot. So it'll be a best of 5 shooters from each team. And the winners of that one will be taking the OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield. And in these moments here, you just got to be thinking as a keeper, just get the clear heads here. The pressure is on the players shooting. Just feel comfortable and get in your spots. And both these two goalies have been making some great saves here in this game. Nermal Kenthan right away going separate from his team, talking with one of his coaches, as well as Tiltak doing the exact same, just not letting his players talk to them, get themselves in the correct mind frame as they get ready for these penalties. So North Toronto team went through their season, reminder, with a 14 wins, single draw, no losses all season long, going against this Markham team with a 11-2-2 record in their season. But it doesn't matter here as both these two teams put an exceptional display out here on the field. And reminder, following this match, starting at noon, will be the girls under 15 final between Markham and Ottawa South United. Markham, again, having themselves a busy weekend with 4 of their teams being played in these 6 Charity Shield matches. So here comes the coin toss here. We'll try and see if the referees will make any indication of who's going first, who's going second, and which side we're going on. And it's always a tough choice here for players. Do you want to be shooting first, shooting second? A lot of studies going both ways. As it's, again, more of a comfortability. Do you want to put the pressure on, or do you want to know what's happening before you shoot? It looks like North Toronto will, as the referee shows the coin, as they look towards Markham, and it looks like they pointed towards the goal to my right, on your screen's right, it looks like. And check that, he's going. Looks like, check that, where it looks like we might be going towards the goal on the left here. And it might be Markham who had the choice of shooting first or second. As we will be going towards the goal towards our left here. So Markham had the choice of first or second. It looks like they have elected to shoot first. And it'll be the man who will be taking their set pieces, going first. That'll be Deepak Rajeswaran. As the referee will give the final instructions here to both keepers of what he expects from them. And it'll be Rajeswaran taking the opening kick, lining up straight on right now, likely going to take a couple steps up before he takes his shot. And he puts it towards the goalie's right. Tiltak guessing the wrong way. And Markham starts out their shootout with a perfect start. Be the man who scored that game-tying goal, Knight, coming up here to take the first shot for North Toronto. So both teams getting some of their best shooters out here first. Knight calmly steps up and puts it towards the goalie's left. Very calm and composed finish. Ryan Juan, the winger from Markham, is up next. Check that as Quentin Rubain Andre coming up here. Central midfielder. Rubain Andre fires it over the goal. And it looks like he got caught up in his own footwork and just maybe changing his mind at the last second. And Rubain Andre fires it over the top corner. And a great chance here for North Toronto to take the lead here with Carmine Luca Ravielli. He hit the crossbar. On one of his free kicks. And into the bottom corner, and it's 2-1 for North Toronto after two shooters. And with the man we've been talking about all game long, the striker, Hazim Khadib. He's had a great game up top. Picked up the assist on the goal as well. Khadib, what a hit into the bottom corner. I don't think a U18 goalie is saving that one. Be Kyle Lawford, their leading scorer. Didn't have as much of an impact as he would have liked here in this game, but he's looking to make his impact felt here on this penalty shot. Lawford just under the arm of Nurmalikantan. He guessed the right way. But it went just under him. And it's 3-2 for North Toronto. It's the goal scorer for Markham, Keaton Katiswaran, coming up now. Gets a little high five from Tiltak. Two players might know each other. And just goes under Tiltak. Both goalies getting exceptionally close to those takes as Kathswaran put his under Tiltak, who looked like he was going for a mid-level shot. And he just couldn't get his body down low to make the block. It's Thomas Merzaku. Just missing it was Nurmalikantan, and one more for North Toronto. Check that was Diego Jello who was able to put that finish there. And now it's Ryan Juan for Markham. He is the fifth shooter, must score to keep Markham alive. It's a Ryan versus Ryan battle. And Juan puts it nicely and calmly into the bottom corner. And it all comes down to this. Bennett Licht must If he scores, they win the shield. And it hits off the crossbar! It hits the bar, and we continue with the sixth shooter. It's Gavin Standing now. Sudden death. 4 apiece. You know what? That just describes this whole game. It's been an equal one. And now 1-1 until we find our victor. And it's Standing now for Markham. Right down the middle. The center back does his job. Brandon Angrish, their center back. So the battle of the two center backs. And Malakentan giving the center back a little bit of some props for coming up. And it's saved! Malakentan makes the save to his bottom right. And Markham Soccer Club are your boys under 14 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield champions with a 5-4 penalty kick victory after a 1-1 draw and what was a tight affair between the two teams. And congratulations go towards both teams, both Markham and North Toronto. And thank you again to our proud partners for today's event. Our premier partners, Toronto FC. Our program partners, Gatorade, as well as Respect in Sport, Soccer X, Sports Engine, Nothers, the Award Store, and of course, our sport partners, Canada Soccer. I'd like to thank everybody who's tuned in for this match, and make sure to don't go anywhere, as coming up next will be our Girls Under 15 OPDL Gary Miller Charity Shield final. This has been Martin Ohms here on the commentary. And once again, congratulations go to both teams as you wrap things up, looking at the victors, Markham Soccer Club.